This is the game Hitman 2, and in a certain area of this game, you can find a sign that says live exercise in progress. But if you look at the sign while using the scope on a sniper rifle at a specific angle, it will spell live exorcism in progress, in which the dummy will turn its head towards you. Zoom out of your sniper and the dummy has moved a lot closer to you, let's say. This was just one example of a creepy video game Easter egg that I found while making this Halloween themed video. So why don't we look at 6 more Easter eggs just like this one from various different video games. Now these aren't necessarily ranked in how scary I thought they were per se, but it's more of how interesting the Easter egg actually was. And while all of these are pretty unsettling and creepy, the last one in particular is pretty crazy, the amount of detail and lore that they crammed into one Easter egg. Also, to make this a bit more interesting, I'm only looking at non-horror games because I want these to stand out from the rest of the game and just to be a bit more unusual than what you would expect in that game. Also, because it's Halloween, I think that I should look a bit more scary in this video, so... Okay, when I clapped my hands, I was supposed to turn into a ghost, but I don't know what's going on here. Oh, you're saying I'm scary enough as is? That's why I can't be any more scarier? Good one, guys. Very funny. Come on, turn me into a ghost. There we go. Thank you. I don't know who's the prick who edits these videos anyways. So Nintendo usually doesn't have that creepy of Easter eggs in their games. This is just because they are more family oriented in that way. So this can make the creepy Easter eggs even more unsettling when they actually put them in their games, like the one I'm about to talk about from Animal Crossing on the GameCube. This is a game that's usually all cute and happy. I mean, they got little animals as all the characters in a town like The Sims. But Animal Crossing doesn't play around when it comes to saving. Normally, if you forget to save, you just have this angry mole guy talk to you for a while, and then you're good to go. However, in this game, you can visit other people's towns. And if you visit another town and forget to save there, you probably just don't want to start your game back up again. Because this time when you boot your game back up, well, you see, your face is just looking a bit different than what you're used to. Yes, as you can see, your face got turned into a gyroid. You know, those little things that sit outside your house looking like a dancing fire hydrant. Your face is now stuck as one of those. And that's already pretty creepy looking as is, but what makes this a bit more dark is when you look into the origin of gyroids and find out that they're based on these things called hanawas. These were used in funerals and were buried with dead bodies in Japan at one point in time. This means either your character is now dead or... No, yeah, okay, he's definitely dead. So when you forget to save in that other town, your character stayed in that other town by the looks of it. Moving away from Nintendo and moving towards Ubisoft, we are looking at an Easter egg from one of the Assassin's Creed games. More specifically, Assassin's Creed Unity. While this game is, it's something, let me tell you, it does have one very unsettling Easter egg. So on one of the edges of the map, you'll have a way to leave the busy streets of France and come down to this quiet part of the river where you'll see a few wooden boats parked. Nothing too strange. Yet. Then, upon closer inspection, you can see that there are a few dead bodies covered up in the boat and some on the shore next to it. Aha. And you can see a pot where someone's been cooking something next to this tunnel. Walk into the tunnel and we see a guy standing there just cutting what looks like a human leg while next to a pot with a bone in it. Oh yeah, he is definitely eating humans. We found ourselves an underground cannibal, everybody. If we go past him, we can see an even bigger pile of human bodies with a smear of blood on the ground, showing that he dragged them all in here. What is he, stocking up on food for the winter? And there's even more victims that he hasn't killed yet that are stuck in these cages, and we can't even release them. This place is also decorated with various chains that he probably used to hold them down when he killed them. Creepy stuff, man. Okay, but one thing that's kind of funny about this secret though, is that he doesn't even notice you at all. He just keeps cutting away on that meat. I mean, I know you're a sneaky assassin, but damn, I didn't know you were this good. So the Batman Arkham series has always had many Easter eggs within the various games, but I think the most interesting and a rather creepy one at that is a secret found in Arkham City. So in the first Arkham game, you get to a point where you're closing in on Scarecrow and he's threatening you to drop in some poison stuff into the water stream. You know, blah blah blah, Batman stuff. But right before he can do so, Killer Croc comes in and takes him out. At this point, it's kind of implied that he died since you really never hear from him again in this game. However, in the sequel Arkham City, you can actually find clues that Scarecrow may be still around. There's various canisters of his fear gas laying around, and you can even find his mask with some hay and crows wandering around it. I mean, these clearly aren't coincidences at this point. But the coolest clue that you can find is on this lone barge that appears to be of no importance to the player. If you use Batman's hacking thingamacdoodle on this hatch here, it will allow you to enter a passcode which will open it up. This is already a bit odd since it is normally marked where you can enter passwords like this in the world, but there's no icon of any sorts here. Drop into the barge and things will start to feel unusual. You get put in this weird first-person perspective as you look in this dark, cobweb-infested place. Then you'll see these lit cages of cockroaches all over the barge. Walk a little more and you'll see a Joker dude that only appears to be dead. Look over to the right and everything comes together. You'll see an invoice on the wall that is to none other than Dr. J. Crane, who is also known as the Scarecrow. I love this Easter egg even more because you get a glimpse of what Scarecrow was doing in Arkham City since he was missing in the game. And all this ties into the next game where Scarecrow is the main villain and executes his big plan to take over Gotham. You know, blah blah blah, Batman stuff. So the Call of Duty series has a very popular zombie killing mode called, well, zombies. And while there are many creepy Easter eggs in zombie mode, the one I'm talking about today is from the multiplayer of Black Ops 3. So there's a popular map in the Black Ops series known as Nuketown, and in Black Ops 3, it's back again, but now in this futuristic version. And in this version, there are various mannequins throughout the map. To perform this Easter egg, you first have to knock off both arms for every mannequin on the map within the first 2 minutes of the match. If you did it right, you'll hear a loud bell chime and something will happen. Now all these mannequins appear to be coming at you, but are frozen in time. That's kinda suspicious. I'm just gonna look away from it and... Did that mannequin just move? I don't know what's going on in this town, but every time I look away, these things start to move. Oh yeah, these things are definitely trying to attack me. Yes, that is what this Easter egg is. When you are not looking at these mannequins, they start to come towards you, and if you're not careful, they can actually kill you. This is a very creepy and interesting Easter egg. The concept itself is unsettling, but the fact that they incorporated this into gameplay makes it even more enjoyable and even fun to perform this multiple times. The next Easter egg here is from another shooting game, but this time it's from Gears of War Judgement. And it's actually really cool because of how elaborate it is to pull off. So I'll quickly run you through the steps. What you gotta do is go to the library multiplayer map, then open up this hidden bookcase over here. When you get behind it, you have to use 2 grenades and throw them up on this ledge here that you normally can't get up onto. Doing so will then release this secret painting in 1 page of a book. When you shoot the piece of paper, this 1 blue flame will light up here. And that is just 1 piece of the puzzle. You'll then need to go all around the map to find similar paintings like that one and shoot all the pieces of paper by those. Sometimes they're in plain sight, and at other times the pages and the paintings are a bit more hidden. A really cool detail is that when you shoot the pages, a bullet hole will appear in the painting that the page is by. Pretty ghostly, wouldn't you say? Once all of the pages are shot, you can return back to the very first picture, you'll see all the flames lit, and this will happen. Yeah, so you just get teleported into this room where you can fight this secret ghost boss. That's a really cool feature. A creepy hidden ghost boss fight on a multiplayer map. And like the previous one, this is another interactive Easter egg, which makes it even more fascinating. So Rockstar games are filled with various creepy Easter eggs, and I was going to choose one from one of the GTA games, but I wanted to get a bit more recent with Red Dead Redemption 2. In this game, there's this like Bayou swamp place that's really just a small group of houses in a swamp. But there is this one guy who, well, appears to be off his rockers, let's say, who first says this.
There's ghosts in the swamp. Ghosts. I saw them.
There's ghosts in your head, Reverend.
Ghosts. Ghost. I saw a ghost. A young woman.
So you really don't think too much of it. But if you return to that swamp only in foggy weather and only between a specific time at night, you'll first hear some strange voices in the swamp.
I love you, my darling. Love the very grandest thing.
If you keep returning on later nights, the ghost will eventually show herself, but disappear if you get too close, so you can look at her from afar. She'll scream out various things supposedly to someone that she knew when she was alive in a very dramatic and terrifying manner.
Daddy, get out of my way! Daddy! Daddy, listen to him! Take your hands off of him!
Excuse me if I get a bit ghost tracker over here, but this is the ghost of Agnes Dowd. And what you're seeing in the swamp are the various things that she experienced that led up to her eventual death. Based off what she says in her ghost form, we can see that she came from a pretty rich family, but fell in love with a man from a poorer, lower class. Long story short, her parents didn't approve of this guy, and this eventually ended with her dad drawing a gun on the man and him leaving. Now, a lot of this next part is implied and found from various theories online, and some of my theory is in here, but this is what I think happened. So Agnes and this guy had a kid together, and after he left, she still wanted to be with him. She then left her home to hopefully find him and start a new life together. But when she had found him, he wanted nothing to do with her and had another wife. So enraged, Agnes killed him and his new wife. Being heartbroken and seeing how being a single mother was frowned upon back then, she felt like she was ruined, so she hung herself, as seen in her final ghost projection. It's also said on her grave that she took her life and the lives of others, so that's why I think this would make the most sense for those other people to be. But hey, that's just a theory, a infinite bits theory. Thanks for watching. Jeez, now that is one creepy Easter egg, a killer ghost. Luckily she's dead now, and everyone knows ghosts can't kill other people, they can only kill other ghosts.